Hey, everybody. This is Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. If you're new to our channel, welcome. This is your home for balanced energy in your twin flame connection, getting help with your twin flame journey. We are with you. For those of you that are new with us, Joanne and I have each gone through our own separation with our twin flames. We have gone through the dark night. And we learned how to balance this energy, and both of our twin flames returned, and we are now in permanent relating experiences with them. And so we balance this energy day in and day out. And our soul purpose has found us, and that is with helping you all learn how to balance your own connection and start feeling amazing and really just learn how to work with this energy so you can be in a permanent relating experience with your twin flame. So let's get started on our video today. And the topic we want to discuss and go over with you guys is, and we've gotten this question, so we really want you guys to feel into this energy that we're going to be sharing with you. And the topic is, why does my divine masculine always seem to return when I've energetically shifted? So let's go on with that, Joanne. Start us off.
Okay, so it's hilarious the way the energy works. It's it's almost like really funny to watch, right? When you're like, F this TF journey, F all this crazy crap, I'm going crazy, I probably made all this up, I'm just gonna focus on me, and I'm just gonna like do me right now. I'm gonna not worry about all this TF stuff and just really focus on me and make this journey about me. And then you start energetically releasing, you start focusing on soul, and voila, it's like the opposite of what you've been doing, right? Because before we were all about them. We were all up in their social media. We were all up in their space, talking to their friends and family. And when you finally energetically released and focused on you, got into that cup of Joe balanced energy. You guys know all about it. If you don't know yet and you're new, you got to hit that subscribe button or share this juicy energy, because this is balanced energy. This is hot off the press energy. Not everyone is going to be able to teach you balancing, my loves. And me and Elizabeth are going to own this energy and keep sharing it. Like she said, this is our soul purpose. Our soul purpose literally found us and allowed us to work together every day to help you beautiful souls get deeper in your connection and help you balance. So this balanced energy, it's a very magnetic energy. And so that same divine feminine that I was just talking about, they are in their element, they're feeling good. They have not even given their divine masculine their negative polarity of thought, and bam, they get that hey. They get a contact from a third party. They run into them. Why? Why does it come when you have energetically released? Why does it come when you've stopped obsessing and thinking and trying to figure out this journey and have really focused in yourself? Well, my loves, when you reach this energetic place of release and you shift into soul, you are energetically aligning with your twin flame. When you're aligning with your twin flame, it isn't you trying to figure them out. You're now shifting from using mind to connect with your twin flame, because that was the way we all did it before, and it definitely didn't work, and it definitely cost more push. And when you shift into soul, when you go within, when you release and surrender, you're meeting your twin flame in this energetic space that allows them to see you, feel you, and want to be with you. It is an urgent demand from soul to be with soul. There's no rhyme or reason about it either. It could be like they have work. It could be like they have a whole situation going, and for some reason, work and whatever situation they're having doesn't matter right now because I have to get near this person. And they don't understand it, loves. It's just like you don't understand why you're obsessing and thinking about them nonstop. Well, when you stop doing that, they're not going to be able to stop thinking about you. You stop focusing on them, they start focusing on you. And it's not just that you stop focusing on them, you're now focusing on you. You're now aligning with soul. You're getting deeper in soul. And my goodness, that alignment with soul, my love, is you aligning with your twin flame. When you can align with your soul, which is your twin flame, can now align with you. And now you are in the space where they can see you, find you, and be with you. The problem is, as soon as someone manifests their soul, they go back to mind again. And that's why me and Elizabeth are here. We help you balance your energy to where you always, always, always are able to maintain and keep your energy focused on you. And this is the cool part with the way we help clients. It's energy. We understand the energy. We get the energy. We get it so much. It's so funny. It's like clockwork, because this is just how the energy works. And I want you guys to understand how the energy works. The energy is not biased. Okay. So we had 2 sessions of them, beautiful soul. They have been trying almost every single thing in the world to try to figure out this journey. And they've worked with other coaches and just nothing was working for them. And finally, they found Cup of Joe and one of our detox videos. And if you guys are very new here, you could literally just put detox World's Cup of Joe, binge watch any of those videos we have. Well, this beautiful soul was watching detox World's Cup of Joe videos, twin flames. You might have to add twin flames in there just so you don't get lost into like a coffee YouTube video. Anyway, it was World Cup of Joe, twin flames, and just the word detox, because there's not a lot of detox out there. So this beautiful soul, they've been watching just our free detox video content, and they've been able to bring in their soul. And so it's that energy, right? It's the energy. They don't have our product. We haven't talked to this client up to this session, but being able to be in the energy of soul, releasing your person, the physical aspect of your person, and really going within and focusing on you. That's the shift. It's like magic. It's like clockwork. It shows up instantly. And again, this same client was trying everything. And that's what we love to do, my loves. We love sharing this balanced energy.
And let's explain, because when you release the physical, what you're actually doing, it's really deep, is you are releasing separation consciousness, and you are essentially lining up to your soul. You are now embodying unity consciousness. When you can release the physical and the mind, you are releasing the separation consciousness. You are releasing the mind's thought that you are separate from your twin flame. So you are now stepping into the territory of unity consciousness, which is soul, which is the energy that brings your twin flame in.
It's so funny that you said that, love, because I was just talking. So like I said, we were talking to 2 different clients, right? And the other client that I was referring to, we were just talking about them and their journey. And it's so cool. While we were on the phone with them, right before we were about to hang up, their person texts them, because we're in this energy of soul. We're in this place where we're allowing you to have neutralized energy, right? It's not that you're talking about your twin flame. That's not the thing. It's that you are talking about your twin flame, and you are able to now look through the lens of soul in regards to your twin flame. That's what we were able to help this client see. This is an energetic connection. This isn't a romantic connection. I'm not tied with them with emotions. This is an energetic connection with my soul. And that's why their person was able to reach out to them. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You just reminded me of something, what you were just saying. It's sort of like, okay, so we had talked to someone who is going through detox, and their thoughts were, well, if I'm detoxing, I need to completely avoid this person that I work with. while I'm on detox. And we are trying to explain it's not about avoiding something, it's about switching the energy. And those are two sort of separate things, right? This connection is energetic. So you can be right in front of someone and balanced and totally fine. You could even avoid seeing someone, not be balanced and still pushing.
And
Do you see
push.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to get out of the thought patterns of what we would do with a normal soulmate, right? And we have to shift into remembering that this is an energetic connection. So the 3D stuff that we used to do to engage in relationships, to engage in relating experiences with others, does not work with this connection. We are shifting into a place where literally we have to have no preferences, no expectations, and no judgment of the other person, regardless if they're in front of us or if they're not in front of us. That's the internal shift that we are trying to bring you all to, because that's the energetic space that you and I, Joanne, are living day in and day out with our person in. We have to release all expectations, preferences, and judgment. We can't have them. And it's as simple as, well, what if they come back in and I want it this way? What if they come back in and I want them to do this? No, those are all expectations. Those are all preferences.
If I do this, what will happen? Well, they won't stay. You're trying, the way that mind is trying to understand this connection is still through mind. And it's not a relationship or connection with someone else, another soul. What you're relating with is yourself. And that's why that shift that happens between mind and soul is internal. It's an energetic shift that you have within yourself. And if you try to understand it logically through mind, you're still looking at it like they're a separate person, which is separation consciousness. Because then you're saying, okay, well, when they come back in, I need them to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that X, Y, and Z, that very like energy that is expecting is not soul. Soul is. You might have intuitive hits, intuitive knowings, but that's different. That's soul. And the more and more you understand the difference between balancing soul energy and pushing with mind energy, the more and more you're going to allow what is to unfold through soul. And then I think that's where people get lost in, love. They get lost in the expectations and preferences of the mind. And then they're surprised why their soul can't stay, because now they're meeting their soul through mind. Their twin flame can't stay in their energy because they're trying to approach their twin flame with mind energy, when the only thing that brought their twin flame in was soul.
And this is specific. We want to emphasize this is specific to your person, the energy you have towards your person, the expectations and preferences you have towards your person. And I want to share something that I actually shared with you Joanne, last night when I needed help. So I was sitting in bed and I got a phone call, and I got triggered by this phone call, nothing to do with my person. Because I really want to show people that the energy has to be about your person to push. It doesn't have to be about anything else. So I get this phone call and I got triggered, and I didn't understand what triggered me. And I felt the energy sit in my stomach, this fear-based energy. And I just sort of said to myself, I want to journal this out because I don't like this. And my person's sitting right next to me. And I tell my person, like, hey, I don't know why, but I'm really upset by that phone call. And I need to figure this out. I don't know what is wrong. And he was just like, okay. And so I'm telling him this. And then I was like, nope, I journaled this all out. I still don't understand what the root cause of this trigger is. And he's looking at me like I'm sort of crazy, but he didn't pull. I want to emphasize, he did not pull when I was in mind.
Can we explain that? We can be in mind with anything else. Because that same time Elizabeth was sharing me all this story, I was totally in mind too. I was totally in mind and tired, but my person was still able to stay in my place. Yeah. Our people can stay in our energy. Yes. It's not that the mind energy is what they're repelled to. It's when the mind is focused on them that they're repelled to. You can be in mind about your
like, let's say this.
Be in mind about financing. You can be in mind about your school. If you're in mind regarding your person and need something, if you're focused on what they're doing, thinking, and feeling, all of those is push. But yes, go ahead, love.
So let me sort of change, let me sort of show how this would have played out if it was about, so here I get this call and it had nothing to do with my person and I'm in mind and I'm trying to figure it out and I didn't push. Now, let's say I got some kind of phone call that triggered the mind about my person and I were to tell him, hey, I'm upset with something to do with you and I need to figure out what it is. That alone would have pushed. And I'm telling you right now, he would have left the room and pulled until I could have come back to presence. Seriously.
Yeah.
But when it was about,
totally.
because it was about something else. And even though I told him, and I told him straight up, I said, I'm in mind. He doesn't really get the lingo, but he has heard enough conversations I've had with Joanne that he knows sort of what I'm talking about. I said, I'm in mind about this and I don't know what energies it's bringing up. And like I said, he just sort of looked at me like I was crazy, but he stayed in bed next to me and he sort of just smiled and chuckled when I said, hey, I figured it out. I even said, Joanne, I figured it out after I talked to Joanne, what was bothering me and triggering me. Do you want to hear it? And he was like, okay, I guess so. Now, if it were to have been about him, he would have absolutely said no. So that's the difference with being in mind about other things versus being in mind about them. One makes them run immediately. And the other one is like, okay, it doesn't faze them.
So here's the cool thing, love. And I was being in this energy yesterday. I really was. I like to be like a twin flame balancing support system for all you beautiful divine feminines. We all know me and Elizabeth are like watching this energy like a hawk. Well, I know that you mentioned this before, and I like to watch the energy, like I said, but I try not to watch the energy so much that it becomes push for my person. I'm very careful. And so yesterday, like I said, I was really, really, really tired. I was like beyond tired. You know, when you're so tired, your eye starts twitching and it's almost like there's like a release of burst of tears that wants to come out, but you're not sad about anything. Well, I was beyond tired like that. Well, anyway, my person, and again, we tell you guys this all the time, there's no emotions in this connection. This connection is simply energetic and it's pure soul. My person created a bath for me. He had me, he gave me a massage. He put me to sleep. And I remember while I was laying there, like melting in bed, no emotions again. This is not to be romanticized, but I did watch it. I remembered Elizabeth mentioning something before when we were talking about how it's hard to experience. I think it was someone that was passing in her life and she had a hard time processing that without pushing her person. And it was like the mind got triggered for Elizabeth, where it was like, if I'm going through rough times, are you going to be able to stick around and be there? And so while I'm melting in my bed, being very exhausted and was in mind, just not in mind about my person, I felt really at peace knowing that they will be there. When your energy is balanced enough to where now you can just watch the energy through soul, they will be there. Like Elizabeth, she's having this crazy thing that she got on the phone call. She's going within to work through it. Her person's right next to her figuring it out. Well, here I am, like literally, I'm totally in soul. I could be in soul, but I know I'm like few seconds away from mine. But I wasn't in any of that energy towards him, which allowed him to be in my space. And so this came to me. They can be there with you in the tough times. They can be there with you. I kind of like pictured it like I was in my deathbed. Yes, I know I was just really tired and cranky and I've been all over doing. It's hard for me to process doing these days now because I've been being so much. But he was there. He was present. He was giving me the attention and the love and the energy because my energy wasn't pushing onto him. Now, I didn't need him to. Let's kind of go focus on that. If I wanted him to, didn't be anywhere in the room, but it wasn't. It was just pure being in each other's space. And he didn't need anything from me. I didn't need anything from him. He was giving me that love and attention and support for this time where I'm really tired.
You just said something. You just said something, Joanne, where you didn't need him. So let's go back to your example and my example. Last night, if I would have told my person while I was in mine, I need you to help me figure this out. What is going on with me? I need your help. That would have pushed because you see where it's like you're needing now them to
You're
fix and
totally
solve you. Just
right,
like if you
love.
were to have told your person, I'm so tired, I'm so delirious,
Oh
please
yeah,
help
no,
me, rub my
I didn't
feet,
say
give me a massage. I need
anything. I
something.
did
It would
not. I was just present. I I sat on our stairs. So we have a stairs that gets into the upstairs area of our home. And I couldn't even get to the rest of the upstairs. And I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna sit here by my stairs. And I'm just sitting there being. And I'm telling you, I'm watching my person carry me upstairs. Like, I was like, oh, I guess our TFs can be there when we really need them, when the energy is balanced, because I'm not pushing on him. I don't expect anything from him. Now, remember, we've made a video on this before. When I was sad and emotional, and I said I'm sad for no reason while he was giving me a hug, he pulled while we were giving him a hug. But if I'm in the energy of being, where it just is, this is the circumstance, I'm tired right now. I didn't complain that I'm tired. I didn't say anything. He could see me in that space. He could be present with me, be attentive and supportive without me needing anything. Anything he did was extra, and he took care of me. Guys, our divine masculines can take care of us when we don't need them to. And I know it's a weird paradox. It is a really weird paradox, but it gave me a lot of peace knowing that they are us. And so when we allow them to be us, we allow them to be with us through soul, they can do all the things the mind wants. The mind wants the attention and love, but soul just is. And so when I'm present, even if I'm in mind, as long as I'm not in mind towards them, they're there. They're holding my hand. They're present. They're being. They give me the same love and attention without any expectations or preferences from my part. And it's very magnetic. He was all over me, my loves. It's so weird. Why is it so backwards? It's so backwards, right? It's like, I want nothing, I need nothing, and now I can have everything. And when I wanted everything before, I couldn't have it. And now that I don't have any preference for it, it's all over me. That's the energy. When you become your soul, when you get to this place of soul where you're balanced in your energy of soul, whatever is happening to you is just pure acceptance. You're present with everything that is unfolding, and you're being with it. The energy is amazing when you're balanced. The energy starts shifting when you start shifting, because that's the difference now, love. The old us and the new us, the balanced us, we now solve our stuff. We now go within. We now figure it out. Like you called me and was like, why do I feel this way? Why do
Well,
I feel
Joanne,
this
let me
way?
let me take it a step further. Let me take it a step further for all of you guys when you're trying to work on releasing this stuff. So Joanne did this with me last week when something else came up for me, and so I did it on my own last night after I got off the phone with her. So I knew that I would have a trigger. So it was really cool though, because you showed me this last week, and then I worked on this last night when I felt the energy sort of sit there. Like I knew what I needed to release. I knew what was going on. I knew what had triggered me. And I really wanted to see what energy it was. So I pulled up the scale of consciousness of David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. And I wanted to see what energy had been stirred up within me. And the first thing that popped up was shame. And I knew that that's where the energy was. It was shame, it was anger, and it was pride. And those are three totally different energies, but the majority was shame. And that's the lowest on the scale of consciousness. And that's why it felt so gross sitting in my stomach, was because that's the energy that was stirred up by the trigger. And when you can see the energy and then release it, I looked at the scale of consciousness. I was able to release those lower dense energies, and I came back to presence. I came back to soul, and I was laughing and joking. And the next thing I know is like, I'm watching TV. My person's there holding my hand. It's all nothing pushed. I was able to go back to soul. And that is the energy that you are so magnetic. And so I guess my part of this whole video I really want to share is you can have those instances balancing where you get into mind, but you pull yourself back, and you could still be magnetic minutes later, as long as you can get back to that alignment and focus on yourself and releasing whatever's bothering you and really getting back to that place of, okay, I'm back to the place of no expectations, no preferences, and no judgment on anything that
Yes.
comes my way. That's an energy that makes you super, super magnetic.
I was telling you, love, I was literally melting, right? And so it was like watching my person take care of the vessel. So I really became the observer, even though I could have been in mine, I could have cried, I could have made it about them. And really, what we want you guys to do with your connection and any relating experiences, and if you're not in communication, this is a perfect time to really go within. What energies are coming through me, and how can I make this energy that's spiking, focusing on them, focused on me? Because the more and more you're focusing on you, and you get to be that third party observer, you get to be the one that watches, the more and more you can practice this when they are in front of you, when they are able to call you, when they are able to be in your space. It's the energy that is so magnetic, the energy of soul. When you can shift every relating experience to you. Yeah,
Joanne,
go ahead.
you just brought up something really, so we've talked about this before, and this really pertains to, like you said, whether you're in separation or you're with your person. A lot of the times when things come up for us, instead of going within and working through them, our mind just suddenly totally focuses on our person, whether good, bad,
for sure.
it just totally focuses the energy on our person. It's almost like the mind knows this is where I'm comfortable being in the place of obsessing and pushing onto my person instead of going within and figuring out what's going on. And like I said, whether you're in separation or not, those things that come up for you, they've got to be worked on within. And that's how you get to a place where you're no longer pushing the energy onto your person.
They got to be figured out on your own, because you don't need your person to fix anything for you. You don't need your person to do anything for you. Your person isn't to save you on anything. They're just there with you because they are you when you are good yourself. You are your person. That's why any need for them is pushed, because they are you. Any need for them is you needing yourself. Any focus on them is you needing to focus on yourself. Everything that the mind wants to do, allow soul to just surrender into the doing for you. You'll find most of the doing that the mind wanted to do, literally, you just melt into the doing. You melt into the doing, where everything I ever wanted yesterday was happening, even though I was in mine. As long as I wasn't about in mine with my person, everything I wanted was happening. It's not going to be exactly how mine wanted, but it's going to be everything that soul is. Everything that you are being is soul. So the more and more you shift within yourself is a release and a reflection of your soul, because your soul is you. So those big bursts of shifts that are happening for you, whether your person is there or not, they are all for you and your person. It's a byproduct. That's why they pop up. That's why they call. That's why they show up unannounced. That's why you can run into them in the store. You run into them in the store because you released and let go of the need and expectations for your person. Our examples are no expectations, no need from a person, and there's no pressure for them to be in our space. That's the space you put yourself in day in and day out, focusing on you. And the first thing the mind wants to do is make it about them. You then bring it back to you so that they can still keep bringing it back to you. They are able to bring it back to you when you bring it back to you. That is why your twin flame will pop up instantaneously, my love. It's energy. Instantaneously, the deeper and deeper you shift within your soul, because your twin flame is your soul, my love. Woo! The video was so good. So good. We hope you can feel our balanced energy. We hope you guys can recognize that this channel is different. It is different. We wish we can bring in more people to feel this energy, but we totally understand the energy. Me and Elizabeth are never going to be able to manifest energy that are in the lower scale. So the addictive, obsessive energy, none of those. So the people that are ready for this, if you're able to watch this video, love, if you're able to find this video, your soul knew you're ready to balance. You are so ready to balance your twin flame. Just having this channel in your subscribers list, just a little bit of our balanced energy in your day, reading one of our blog posts, seeing this soul energy transfer from us to you, is you trickling in more of that balanced energy, shifting closer and closer with your soul. It's amazing. And we're so proud and honored to be able to share this energy with all of you. This is the energy we maintain. This is the energy that allows our twin flames to stay in our space. And this is the energy that allows our clients and their twin flames to be in their space. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.